Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy Galper, and today we are going to make our own bug repellent using essential oils and plant-based ingredients. It's summer officially, right? It's officially summer now, and we're going to be spending way more time outside, and we are going to need a natural alternative to all of those more highly toxic, chemically potent bug sprays that are out on the market. And this is going to be a really great recipe that you can make at home that is great for kids. It's great for anyone with sensitive skin, and it features a synergy of essential oils, 6 essential oils that are going to be really powerful to keep away both mosquitoes and ticks. If this is the first time at my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure you leave a comment and introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you. And please also hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be alerted every time I am talking about essential oil recipes, aromatherapy entrepreneurship, and botanical beauty. So let's get into this. Let's make our mosquito tick repellent. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make actually 2 different kinds of recipes. One is going to be a spray repellent, and we're going to put it in this little 1-ounce glass jar, which is going to be super great to travel with. And then the other recipe, we are going to do a roll-on. This is going to be for a gel-based roll-on that you can roll on when you're out walking around. And usually I would put it in an oil base, but the summer I have a feeling is going to be super hot, and gel can be really cooling, and we can find that we can reapply it, and if you're sweating, it's not going to stain your clothes. So we're going to do a roll-on in a 1-ounce glass roll-on with a gel base, and then in our spray, we're going to do a water and alcohol mix spray for hair, for clothing, for our surroundings, but this would not be on your face or your skin or anything. The alcohol will be too drying. So this is what you're going to need as far as blending tools, okay? You're definitely going to need some beakers, or you're going to need some kind of pitcher or something to mix in. I always recommend a glass beaker because then you know the essential oils aren't going to leach anything if there's a plastic lining or anything like that. And then you're going to need some kind of pipettes to dispense some of our carrier oils. And then I also have like a little mixing tool. I have this really handy stainless steel mixer, which I love, but you can also use like a popsicle stick or a spoon. I just recommend that you always work with stainless steel and glass. I find those are the best materials, so then our essential oils don't, smell up or leach or anything else if it's ceramic or it's plastic, etc. So the other thing that we're going to need is you're going to need some kind of little digital scales, just so you can weigh out all the ingredients. I will have links to all of the things that I'm using in the description below, so don't worry, you can get all of this material if you don't have it yourself. So now let's go on to the ingredients that you're going to need in order to make these 2 recipes. So the first thing that you're going to need is an aloe vera gel, and this is going to be specifically for these roll-on gels that we're going to make. And I really like this brand personally, Lily of the Desert. And the reason why I like it is just because it has the fewest ingredients that I've seen on the market. It's just the juice from the aloe vera leaves. It has a gelling agent. They're using here, I think, carrageenan, and then a natural preservative system, a combination between sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate, which is a food grade, safe preservative system, and that's perfect. And then you're going to need 2 different kinds of carrier oils. I recommend Neem Carrier Oil and black cumin seed carrier oil. Both of these carrier oils are noted for being very antimicrobial and really great for repelling, okay, any kind of germs or pathogens. That's going to be very helpful for us as we want to keep away ticks that might be, you know, bearing viruses or bacterias or any kind of mosquitoes or any bugs that are going to be biting us, right? We want to make sure that we're protected. The next thing that I recommend is that you have some kind of ethanol alcohol. I have this huge jug here, which I order to do some herbal tinctures with and tincturing with, but I also use it a lot in my botanical body care recipes. It's really great to help solubilize your essential oils. It helps bring and, you know, kind of mix and blend and emulsify ingredients together, but it's also a great stabilizer by helping, you know, keep the product stable and not really going off if I'm going to use water. And it's also great for solubilizing your essential oils and also really great for killing germs. So I'm going to use a little bit of ethanol alcohol. This is 190 proof. You could also try using vodka, but I find that's only about 70 proof of alcohol, so you're not getting the power of this. And that means we're going to need to use less. We don't need to use as much as, let's say, we might need to use if we were using vodka. All right, the next thing that you're going to need is your essential oils. So I have listed all of these essential oils in the description below, and I'm just going to run through them right now so you have an idea of what their benefits are. So the first one that we are going to be working with is turmeric. Turmeric essential oil is steam distilled from the root, the rhizome of the turmeric, you know, plant, the root, the vegetable that we eat with, and you might be making your golden lattes out of it. Turmeric is a known anti-inflammatory, but it also has some very unique molecules in it that have been shown to keep and repel ticks away. So turmeric is a really good one, and I will definitely link any research that I would like to share with you about turmeric and ticks. And then also we are going to use catnip. Catnip essential oil is steam distilled from the leaves of the catnip, right? The common catnip, which a lot of are growing in a lot of gardens in the Northeast right now. And it is the same catnip that, you know, our little kitties love. But what's so great about catnip, and I know herbalists use it a lot in teas for soothing internal inflammation, is that there's a really unique molecule in here that has been shown to repel mosquitoes. So that's one of the reasons why we're adding catnip. The other essential oils that we're going to use are geranium essential oil, which is steam distilled from the leaves of this really fragrant herbaceous bush. It has certain molecules in it that have also been shown to be really good insect repellents. We're going to have a little eucalyptus, but a unique species of eucalyptus called Eucalyptus citriodora. This is a lemon eucalyptus, which has a very high percentage of a group of molecules that have been shown to also be really good insect repellents. And then we're going to also include peppermint essential oil. One, because I find it cooling in the summer. I enjoy the refreshing scent, but peppermint is also really great for keeping insects and bugs and the creepy crawlies away. And then again, of course, I'm going to add some Juniperus virginiana or cedarwood. It's known as a cedarwood, but it's actually a true juniper. It's Virginian cedar is the common name. And this also has some really nice molecules that have been shown to help keep microbes, pathogens, little bugs, creepy crawlies away. So those are our 6 essential oils that we are going to use in our synergy in our blend. So, ready? Let's get into it. So the first recipe we're going to make is going to be the gel-based bug repellent. This is going to be great against ticks and mosquitoes, and it's going to have a gel base, which means it'll feel real light on the skin. It'll be cooling. It'll be quick absorbing. So it's not going to give us a hot or sticky feeling, and that's going to be really nice when it's a hot summer day. And we're going to also make a bulk amount or a batch amount that will fill all 4
4 of these bottles. So that's going to be an equivalent of about 120 milliliters or 4 ounces, because each one of these roll-on bottles is about 1 ounce or 30 ml.
So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to add in my carrier oils first. And the reason why I'm doing my carrier oils first is because then I'm going to put in my essential oils, and the carrier oils will help solubilize or dissolve those essential oils so they can mix better with my aloe vera gel, because aloe vera gel is considered a more water or aqueous product, so oil and water don't mix. So I want to make my essential oils easier to dissolve in the gel, and so by mixing them first in the carrier oil makes it much easier. So the first one I'm going to do is I have my neem oil. Now I will say this, neem is very smelly. Has a very strong smell, so I don't really want to add that much in here. So I'm going to tear out my scale, and I am going to make sure it's on the right weight. I'm going to do this in grams, and I'm going to tear it. And I really only want to put about a half a teaspoon in, which is about 2.5 grams, okay? Otherwise it's going to be way too smelly. So here we go, 2.5 grams of neem. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to leave my pipette in there because we're going to use this for the other spray as well, for the other recipe. The next one I have is I have black cumin seed carrier oil. And this is cold expeller pressed from those black nigella seeds. I'm going to do another 2.5 grams. Perfect. And again, I'm going to leave the pipette in there so we can use it later. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my essential oils directly into this oil so they'll have an easier time solubilizing. So I'm going to do my oils by drops, okay? So what that means is I'm not going to necessarily weigh them out, but I'm actually just going to do it by drop. And I'm going to keep tabs on what the weight is because that might be interesting if I ever wanted to make this later and batch it out. So the first essential oils that I'm going to put in is geranium, and I'm going to do 6 drops of geranium. So here we go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And then the next one I'm going to do is Eucalyptus citriodora, and I'm going to do 6 drops. 5, 6. And remember, this eucalyptus smells very similar to lemongrass. It has that similar molecule that is really good for repelling insects. The next essential oil I'm going to put in there is turmeric, and I'm also going to do 6 drops. And then my next essential oil that I'm going to put in is my catnip, and I'm also going to do 6 drops. Okay, 6 drops of catnip. And then I'm going to do just 2 drops of peppermint. And then I'm going to do 6 drops of my Virginian Cedarwood. Perfect. And just for everyone, just so you know, I just measured all those drops and it came out to 1.25 grams. So that's 1 gram and a quarter, okay, of essential oils. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little spatula and I'm going to blend, I'm just going to really blend these essential oils in that carrier oil. Really get them mixed in so everything is completely blended in here. And I may want to also just take a sniff to see if the oils that I put in helped mask maybe some of the unpleasant aroma of the neem and the black cumin seed together. Yeah, absolutely. Very nice. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to tear this again, and now it's time to add my gel. And I am going to shake up my gel here, okay? And I am gonna wanna probably put in about 100 grams of my gel, okay? Because I'm gonna want to fill this up. And actually, yeah, about 100 grams is gonna be very useful to this. So here we go. I'm gonna add 100 grams. 30, 40, 50. Perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to just stir this up really, really well and try and get those essential oils and the carrier oil well solubilized in there, okay? Right now the oils were floating on the top, and I want to make sure that they're, you know, starting to get more mixed and kind of blended in as best as possible. So I'm just going to stand here and mix this for a while. Make sure everything gets well blended. I still see some areas where the oil is separating out, so I'm just going to kind of concentrate on that. Really mix it up well. Oh, it keeps flying all over the place. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is now I'm ready to pour it into my bottles. So here we go. So I'm going to pour in right into my roll-on, right up to about the neck there. And then the roll-on comes with this little piece that snaps in. So I'm just going to kind of snap it like this and then shake. And let me show you how it works. So if we wanted to put it on our arm, right, we're gonna just roll the roll-on like this, and it's dispensing. You can kind of see it coming out on my skin now. It's dispensing it on my skin. And then I can further rub it in like this. And it's not going to leave a stain on my clothing, and it's going to feel cooling on my skin if I'm outside all day. And now let me smell what it's like on my skin to see if it smells good or if maybe the neem is too overpowering. It actually smells quite nice. The peppermint and the eucalyptus citriodora have helped hide that neem smell. So this is quite nice. Very nice. So here we go. Here we have our bug repellent roll-on. And we have enough for 4 ounces, okay? 4 bottles of it. Terrific. So now let's move on to our spray. We are going to make a spray now that's going to be used for like our clothing, our hair, all around us. And we are going to make this, instead of using aloe vera gel, we're going to use water and our alcohol. All right. Again, we're going to need an empty beaker to mix everything. So I am going to put this on my scale. I'm going to tear it out. And the first thing I'm going to do again is to add my carrier oils, but I'm actually going to add much less. I'm going to do only about a half a gram of each. All right. So I am going to take my neem oil and I'm just going to do half a gram in here. The reason why I'm doing such a smaller amount is because this is a primarily water-based product and it's really going to separate out. So I didn't want to make it too heavy on the carrier oils. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to also do a half a gram of my black cumin. Great. And I'm going to mix these together really well so they're mixed. I know there's just a very tiny bit in there. And now I'm going to add my essential oils and I'm going to do the same amount as I did with the last recipe. So we're going to do 6 drops of geranium. We're going to do 6 drops of turmeric. We're going to do 6 drops of catnip. We're going to do 6 drops of Eucalyptus citriodora. We're going to do 2 drops of peppermint. And we're going to do 6 drops of the Virginian Cedarwood, Juniperus virginiana. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just try to mix all these oils with my carrier, get it as well blended as I can at the bottom of my beaker. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my alcohol. Now I'm making a batched amount for 4 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add 40 grams. So each bottle gets about 10 grams of the alcohol. All right, so here we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to take that alcohol with my oil and essential oils and I'm going to mix it up really well. The alcohol is going to help further solubilize those carrier oils with the essential oils in my recipe. So they'll have less likely of a chance to separate out when I add the distilled water. Okay, so things seem to be pretty well mixed. So now I'm going to add my water and I'm going to add in another 50 grams to make about 120, so 60 grams of water to make about 120 grams total of my spray. So here we go. So I'm going to add about 60 more grams. Perfect. And you can see right away the oil is making some drops in there, so I'm going to need to really mix this well to really get it well incorporated here. So the oil drops don't mix out too much. It's interesting how it turned white, right? Okay. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to just mix it up a little bit more to try to get everything incorporated here. And now I am going to add it to my spray bottle. And this eventually will probably separate, so you're always gonna need to spray this. So then what we'll do is this is gonna be something that you can spray on your clothes, but I would avoid your face. So let's say I just wanted to spray my clothes. I'm about to go outside, don't wanna get bitten. Smells pretty good, okay? So this is something that I would spray around. Now it does have a decent amount of alcohol, so if you have very dry skin, it might feel a little, drying to the skin, but I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Okay, so this is something that you could spray around yourself and on your clothes. That's something you could spray around yourself and your clothes.
So there you have it. You have 2 amazing bug repellent recipes for this summer. You have a spray for your clothing, for your hair, for around the area that you might be in. And then you have this amazing gel roll-on that'll feel real cooling, not sticky. It'll be great for keeping away those ticks and mosquitoes. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, comment, tell me what you think. Tell me if you've been using essential oils to help ward off bugs and ticks and mosquitoes, etc. I'd love to know if you make the recipe and what you think about it, or if you've tried making this recipe with other essential oils. I just love to hear from you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and let me know if there's anything else that you'd like to learn about essential oils and aromatherapy. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.